When you're starting with any company or your status has changed, for example, you got married, you have kids, in that case, you would be filling this federal TD1 2026 personal tax credit return, for which I have made a separate video. You can check that out. And once that is done, if you're in Alberta, you would also be filling this form. TD1 AB is for Alberta, and then this is the personal tax credit return. Now, there are scenarios when you would be using worksheet. In most cases, it might happen that you may not be in need of this worksheet. We will see this scenario and also how this worksheet will get filled. All the links, whatever is being mentioned in today's video, will be there in the description for ease of finding. So do check that out. And also, I have organized everything on my website category wise. That way, it's easier for you to find what you're looking for. This is the PDF fillable and savable. You can download this from here, and this is the worksheet which again can be downloaded from here in case you require worksheet to go along with the document. Both this document have been downloaded. Personal tax credit return, it's a 2-page document, and worksheet for personal tax credit return, this is a 1-page document. Start with the personal information: last name, first name, date of birth, employer name, address, postal code, and social insurance number. Now, these are all the easy entry which you would obviously know. With date of birth, whatever that is, once you enter like this. Don't follow this format. Enter like this, and then once you click enter, it will come in this format. Remaining, you can just make an entry. Once these entries are made, first line is basic personal amount. This is by default written as 22,769. You don't have to do anything. Come to age amount. Here, if you're less than 65 years of age, just enter 0 here. And if you will be 65 years or older on December 31st, 2026, and your net income from all sources will be 47,234 or less. Okay, this is the amount, 47,234 or less. If net income is this much, you enter 6345. And if your income is between 47,234 and 89,534, this is the amount. In that case, you will have to use the worksheet. For example, as a 65 year or older, as on December 31st, 2026, say you have a net income of 60,234. I'm just giving an example for ease of understanding. So this will get minus by 47,234. This is the amount what is shown here. Okay, this is entered by default here. And when you minus these two, you get 13,000. Of this, 15% is multiplied, and that gives us 1950. So this amount will get minus from this line 1, and what we get is 4395. So this amount you will transfer here. Instead of 6345, the amount what you get will be transferred here. If the amount is more than 89,534, in that case, this will become 0. Now coming to the pension income amount. If you will receive regular pension payment from pension plan or fund, not including Canada Pension Plan, Quebec Pension Plan, Old Age Security or Guaranteed Income Supplement Plan, these plans are excluded. Okay. Other than this, if you're getting a pension income, you will have to enter the income amount. The maximum cap is 1753. If you are getting say 1300, you will enter that. Or if it is 2000, you will enter 1753. If you're not getting any pension, just make an entry as 0. For line 4 disability amount, for claiming this, you would require this form T2201. If you don't have, in that case, just make an entry as 0. And if you have this form T2201, in that case, make an entry of 17,563. 17,563. And if you don't have, just make an entry of 0. Here in this line 5, if your spouse or common law partner is not being supported by you, make an entry as 0. And if they are supported, you have to meet these 3 conditions. You are supporting your spouse or common law partner. Your spouse or common law partner lives with you. Your spouse or common law partner's net income from the year will be less than that of amount on line 1. What is the amount? 22,769. If the earning is more than this, again you will enter 0. And if it is less than this, 22,769, and they are meeting all this criteria, then you have to minus their net income from this total amount. For example, if they are earning $5,000, in that case, 22,769 minus 5,000 will be 17,769. So you will enter that amount. If not, make an entry as 0. Line 6, amount of eligible dependent. Here again, enter the difference between amount on line 1 and your eligible dependent's estimated net income for the year if all of the following conditions are met. Now, the calculation I showed for spouse, similarly the calculation will be made for the eligible dependent, and whatever that amount is, that will be entered if they meet this criteria. You do not have spouse or common law partner. Okay, the first criteria is if you don't have a spouse or common law partner, or you have spouse or common law partner who does not live with you and who you are not supporting or being supported by. So both the case, you should not be supporting or you are not supported by. The dependent is related to you and lives with you. So this person has to be a dependent related to you and lives with you. The dependent's net income for the year will be less than that of the amount on line 1, which is 22,769. So if these categories are the difference of amount here, enter 0. Line 7, caregiver amount, enter 13,180 if you are taking care of dependent and all of the following conditions are being met. The dependent is your or your spouse's or common law partner's parent or grandparent aged 65 or older, or an infirm relative aged 18 years or older. Infirm here means someone who has mental or physical impairment. The dependent lives with you. The dependent has a net income of 20,956 or less for the year. So if the amount that the dependent makes is less than 20,956 and the other criteria are being met, enter 13,180. And if the dependent has a net income for that year between 20,956 to 34,136, in that case, you will use the worksheet. Here you see this base amount by default shows 34,136, and then here dependents estimate net income for that year. Whatever the net income is, that has to be entered here, and difference between both will be entered here. So in case the earning was 24,136, the difference comes as 10,000. Okay, this is an example. You'll have to enter the real numbers and then you'll have to look at the line 6 entry. If that has any amount entered, that will be entered here and difference between these two will be here. So in my example, say 5,000 was in line 6, difference between 10,000 and 5,000, 5,000 comes here and this 5,000 will be transferred here instead of 13,180. And if the amount is more than 34,136, straight away it will be 0. Line 8, amount for infirm dependent, age 18 year or older. Remember this, 18 year or older, enter 13,180 if you are supporting an infirm dependent and all of the following conditions are applied. The dependent lives in Canada and is related to you or your spouse or common law partner. The dependent is 18 year or older. The dependent has net income of 8,707 or less for that year. Here, dependent could be parents, it could be sibling. So, once these three criteria are being met, you will enter 13,810. If the infirm dependent's income from all year will be between 8,707 and 21,887, then you will be using the calculation sheet and you cannot claim an amount for dependent you claimed on line 7. Remember that they are not the same person for whom you are claiming on line 7. Now let's look at the worksheet. This base amount by default will show up like this. Then you will enter the dependent's net income. Here for example, I have shown 4,000. If that is the net income, the balance will be difference of 21,887 by $4,000. This is the amount which comes from my example. And then considering I look at line 6 and line 6 has an entry of $3,000. Okay, whatever the value shows up in line 6, that has to be entered here. And then difference between both gives you the amount. That is the amount that will go here. And if it is more than 21,887, in that case, you will enter 0. This line 9 and 10, this line 9 is for the spouse or common law partner, and this is for the dependent, line 10. So here for line 9, it says if your spouse or common law partner will not use all their age amount, pension amount, disability amount, or income tax and benefit return, enter the unused amount. Once you click here, you see here, let me remove this, amounts transferred from your spouse or common law partner. So they would have worked on their sheet. When the spouse was working on spouse sheet was this 6,345. But they did not use the entire amount, because even without using this complete thing, their taxes becomes, say your spouse, when they worked on their sheet for the age amount, they had the credit of this. For example, they worked on their age amount and they were eligible for the 6,345, but they have only claimed $1,000 instead. So the balance of 5,345 can be transferred to you, and that is what, when that transfer is done, you will enter the difference of amount as 5,345. If there is no difference and there is no unused amount, in that case, make an entry as 0, and same will be done in case of dependent. Once the working is done, you will make the entry here. And then once all the entries are made, you see here total claim amount. All I have done is added up all from here, and that is the total amount added from 1 to line 10. Here, if you had more than one employer or payer at the same time, you would have already filled this form with the previous employer, and there all the tax credit information would have been given. If that is the case, where you have already claimed the personal tax credit amount, in that case, you cannot claim them again. If your total income from all sources will be more than the personal tax credit you claimed, that is this amount. If your total income is beyond this, in that case, you would not be claiming again. All you need to do is come here and enter 0 here. Let me come down. So in that case, you will have to check this box and enter 0 there, and you do not fill this line 2 to 10. You will all keep it blank or just make it 0. If not, just keep this unchecked, and total income is less than the total claim amount. If that is the case, then you would again click this box, and this is from all employer, and then your employer or payer will not deduct tax from your earning. This is important, and that's how exact deductions will happen. So once this is done, you will sign and enter the date, and then this form is complete.